Inconsistent.
So, and then I just delete when I'm done. I don't need it. Done.
I'm already like not liking this setup because I feel like your backdrop is cuter than mine.
You're such a hater. You know, there's like 4 more there you could choose from.
Whatever, we'll figure it out. But yeah, welcome to
the basement.
Some sound
we can't do that anymore. That sounds. All right.
Who do you think we could call David Chappelle, see if we could use that song, or somebody else?
That's not his.
Mother.
He asked other guys. They're not gonna.
He got the permission.
He got the permission.
All right.
Okay. Quick.
Go.
Super Bowl. Okay. It's tomorrow. Okay.
All day.
It's gonna be 49ers
Yeah.
versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
I don't watch sports.
Neither do I.
So we were talking to 2 guys that don't watch any of this. The only thing I know about either one of these teams right now is that one of the guys is dating Taylor Swift. And I think he's from the Chiefs. I'm not 100% sure on that. All right? That's all I know.
He is for the Chiefs.
Okay? And I can't even tell you his name. That's the only thing I know about with this Super Bowl right now is that one of the guys is dating Taylor Swift.
And okay, let's run off of that. What do you know about the Taylor? Because it sounds like you know more about the Taylor Swift.
Wait. We'll talk about that after. Right now, I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
Okay. Because we're gonna cut this clip tonight. That's the homework you have tonight, and you're gonna give it to me tonight.
Okay.
Right? Who do you think is gonna win the Super Bowl? Our predictions.
Who do I think is gonna win? The 49ers.
Okay. Good. All right. I'm inclined to think the 49ers, okay? But depends on what Taylor Swift does. Because if she pisses off her man, then he's going to lose. But if she takes care of him, he's going to win. I think my prediction is also going to be the 49ers, though. I think that's what we're going to go with today. 49ers. 49ers for the win. Comment down below, like and subscribe. Let us know if we won. In fact, when you give me this, I'm going to put a poll on the bottom. It's going to pop up now.
As you guys are doing that, check out the next episode of The Basement.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
I wonder what's on the bottom of the sneakers.
If it says anything?
Yeah.
Or like Trump or
Just a $sign.
MAGA? Nah, he wouldn't put anything in the bottom.
Imagine he just makes a full sneaker line. That'd be wild. And then he makes some fire sneakers, and people are like, yo, I gotta buy them, bro.
He should get with Yeezy and start his own thing.
He should have from the get went to Yeezy.
He should have. Oh, that would have been so.
Imagine, and then Yeezy's like, well, if I'm gonna make sneakers for you, I might as well make them for other people. And then he reaches out to like Ben Shapiro. He's like, well, what kind of sneakers do you would like to do? And then he works with all these different right wing people, and just like a whole right wing society of sneakers.
That sounds good, actually.
That might be a good business idea. You heard us here first, Trump. Reach out to us. We got some ideas.
Yeah, pay us because we're poor.
There goes a poll. Vote. Let's see who wins. Anyway, so now we're back in. All right. I've heard quite a few conspiracy theories about the 49ers. And I'm sorry, not 49ers. Between Taylor Swift and her boyfriend. What's his name? Do you know his name?
That's how irrelevant he is to this situation. And if you ask me, it's quite sad.
Oh my gosh. The last thing I looked up was Jose Arroyo. Joe Arroyo. Excuse me.
Travis Kelce Travis.
That's his name.
Is it?
I think so.
That sounds like it's it.
All right. This is what I heard. Few of them. Okay?
Kelce.
First thing, let me start with the fact that there was a conspiracy theory going on way before the Super Bowl. Was that when the NFL puts out the logo for the Super Bowl, they put out this logo before they know the teams. Because the teams haven't finished playing yet. But they get ready. They put out the logos so that way they can use the logos for the different agencies, different products that they're selling. The logo colors, the scheme color that they use in the logo matches the team that plays in the Super Bowl every time. And they're like, this is suspicious. If the Super Bowl, if the color of the logo is like red and yellow, the team that happens to make it to the Super Bowl are also red and yellow.
Wait. So instead of learning the sport and becoming a man.
Yeah. I looked at the conspiracy
You
theories.
looked at the conspiracy theories behind it.
I did look at the conspiracy theories. All right.
We're conspiracy theorists.
I'm a conspiracy theorist. That's why when Mike tells me conspiracy theories, I don't like the dumb ones. The ones that make no sense to me, I don't like. I like the ones that are fun and they make kind of sense. Okay? Like it's been thought for years at this point that the NFL is scripted. Meaning that the NFL, unbeknownst to the players even, makes calls with the refs saying, do what you can to make this team slow down and lose. Don't let this team win. Like, make bad calls.
So it's with the ref?
Yeah. So, because they work for the NFL. So that was the conspiracy theory for a long time.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be obvious after a while that they're making calls that are favoring an outcome?
No, because they don't do it. They don't do it every time. They just do a little bit. Like if the team has to win 5 games out of 10 to make it to the next thing, they only make them win the 5 and they make them lose the other. So it's like, oh yeah, they're somewhere in the middle. They're not dominating. You know what I'm saying? But everybody says it because there's plays. They say the same thing about the NBA. Because there's some plays, like if you watch, and this one I seen real legit, is that like, if you watch an all-star basketball player, sometimes they take 3 or 4 steps before they throw the ball, and you're only supposed to take 2. Otherwise it's called traveling. And there's countless videos of like LeBron James taking 4 and throwing it in, and everybody's like, and the ref is like,
I didn't see it.
Yeah. So, but that's a conspiracy theory. Is that
so when it comes to that part right there, and again, don't know shit about sports, but I'm like, that's all they're doing is traveling. You travel to get to the location you're going to.
Okay, another conspiracy theory that I heard. This is a 2-parter.
Okay.
Because it's kind of in the same vein.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
It's that the football player. What's his name? Travis Smiley. What'd you say his name?
Smiley. Who the fuck is Travis?
That's a comedian.
You like his
I
smile?
think that's a comedian. What's his name?
Kelsey, I think.
Travis.
Kelsey?
Is it Travis? Oh God.
I thought you looked it up.
I forgot.
This nigga's such a half-ass, bro. We're never gonna get succeed. Well, that's all right. It's basically
Travis.
like, I look like
Travis
I have
Kelsey. You're right. All right. So damn, that was loud. Travis Kelsey
Sorry, guys. This
and
is-
Taylor Swift are not actually dating. They're doing it for the publicity, but not for themselves. They're doing it because they're gonna announce that they're voting for Joe Biden. And it's gonna make everybody go, because everybody follow Taylor Swift whatever they do, and right now the NFL guys, they're taking America and they're saying we're gonna vote for Joe Biden because this is the right choice.
So you think that there's an announcement
That they're gonna not in the Super Bowl.
after the FBI shitted on Biden that he's sleeping?
Yeah. But remember, this was set up way before this FBI thing. This was set up months
The
in advance to
FBI
get
thing
ready. No,
was-
this Travis Kelsey.
Right. The FBI thing was unexpected in their
Yeah.
plans to get the endorsement of America football and America Taylor Swift.
Okay, in the same vein.
In the same vein, la misma.
Yeah. Travis.
Tavis? Who the fuck is
Travis-
Tavis Smiley?
Travis Kelsey and Taylor Swift are dating, not because they want to date, but because they want to push Pfizer.
Yo, what the fuck? This is the two. I need a break already.
Because they're both sponsored by Pfizer. Pfizer pays both of them to do commercials and stuff. Conspiracy Corner. We should do Conspiracy Corner at least once.
At least.
At least once an episode.
So the 2-parter that you're referring to is in one.
It's not 2-parter. I said it's in the same vein. They're not really dating, but they're doing it because they want to push an
for
agenda.
2 reasons: Biden and Pfizer.
I'm not saying they both.
But
just
Biden and Pfizer.
or
Pfizer.
Yeah.
Biden or but both? No,
It could be both. Why not?
could be both. So it could be both.
It could be every
They're
single one.
getting paid.
They're getting paid.
Regardless, they're getting
They're
paid.
getting paid. They're sponsored. That's it.
That's a lot. That took like, where the hell did you come up with this freaking idea?
I didn't come up with any of this.
Where did you read it? You read it somewhere?
Internet. Not only the internet. I was working with some random guy. I went to a different garage. I was working with some random white guy, and me and him were talking about them. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I heard about this conspiracy." I was like, "Oh snap, I heard about this one." And we going back and forth. I was like, "This is crazy. I don't even watch sports." And me and him were going back and forth, not about the actual sport, about the conspiracy behind the sport, which is so weird. And he was telling me about the Pfizer one. I was like, "That's crazy. I heard about the Biden one." He's like, "Oh yeah, I heard that one too." And then we going back and forth, just like conspiracies.
There's a video of a Taylor Swift fan crying because while she was watching them winning the playoffs, I think it was them winning the playoffs, or referring to them going to the playoffs, and the girl's crying because she's like, "I don't understand why they keep showing this Travis guy. Like, they're not giving any airtime to Taylor." And it's like, you're talking about the Super Bowl, and she's crying.
It's about him. She just happened to be and there was another one I saw. The Super Bowl. What Super Bowl is this?
57.
5 plus 7 is
12.
13. This guy doesn't know the math.
I was testing
I'm
people.
just joking. It's not.
It's 12. I'm just joking. It's not. I think you just got the math.
All right.
So it is 12.
Is it 57? Is it actually 57 though?
I don't know. Nigga, I don't watch sports. Am I right? If I'm right, my memory's coming back. Stay off of drugs, guys. You'll have more.
It's Super Bowl. It's Super Bowl for 58.
58.
It is.
Wow,
It is.
by one.
Yeah, it is actually 13. All right, 13. Okay, ready for this one?
It is 13. 5 plus 7.
Taylor Swift has went to 12 NFL games to watch a man play. Except there's one more coming up that she's going to go to, which is a Super Bowl.
Tomorrow.
Which is number 13. Taylor Swift is going to be in Tokyo the day before the Super Bowl. She has to fly.
Everyone was talking about that shit. Yeah.
How long is the flight?
13
hours.
Y'all better play the lotto. That's what I'm saying.
So there's more to it. I just can't remember all of them. But there's a lot of coincidences that everything adds up to 13. And everybody's like, this is suspicious.
Yeah, that's. I give it to these people. I mean, making these. I can barely make connections of my own life. And I live it. Like, I'm doing it right now.
Yeah.
These niggas are connecting dots where you wouldn't even know existed in the first place.
So,
all right.
Super Bowl's over. I mean, by the time you guys watch it, the Super Bowl been played. So,
it's like these guys are still talking about it.
All right, next thing, news. What else? There's another thing I wanted to talk about. Completely forgot.
My favorite thing of this week was this is just a quick little recap. The migrants that attacked the police officers.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
The migrants that attacked the police officers. Alvin Bragg, the New York's DA, sort of hinted like, why isn't ISIS, picking them up? ISIS, the federal government isn't doing their job. And then ISIS was like, and then allegedly caught them in Georgia trying to flee.
I thought it was Arizona.
Oh, Arizona, you're right. It was Arizona. Caught these guys in Arizona. But guess what? And they're propping up like, look, we got them. They were trying to flee. Look at us doing our job. Yeah, the government.
Yeah.
Turns out the niggas that they caught were not them.
Oh, so they're racist on top of that. On top of all that, they were racist.
Allegedly, 5 of the 7, they believe, or 13, some crazy number, have been apprehended, and then are in Rikers held on bail. The main guy held on $15,000 bail. It's a crap code.
You think Joe Biden's going to bail him out? The mayor of New York is probably like, we should bail those guys out.
So it's a shit show, and people are seeing. Finally, I think people are finally seeing, like, this election is going to be about this.
Yeah.
This particular topic, because we're seeing we're seeing the fruits of thy labor when it comes to one particular side, but it's interesting how they're trying to spin it. This is going to be one of them. And what do you think is the major topic? The economy supposedly is doing well.
Supposedly. I think the economy and immigration are going to be the two biggest topics.
Yeah.
There's no way to get around it, because even though apparently the economy is doing well, quote unquote, but nobody feels that. They hear that it's going well.
No one's feeling it.
I don't feel like it's doing well.
I definitely don't.
You know, and I think that's what people are going to run. They're like, yo, under Trump, I felt like I was doing fine.
I was going to go to buy cherry tomatoes in Costco's, and I was like, $7.99. I remember this was $4.99.
Yeah.
And that was not even that long ago. I remember, a whole box of cherry tomatoes for $5. Now it's $8?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Why? Nothing's changed.
The same tomatoes. Do you have more migrants? It should be cheaper. You have more people out there picking them.
Word. I see all those scooters outside. What else you got for the news this week? What else popped off in your mind?
Kanye West album dropped today.
It did?
It did. Finally.
Ooh.
I must have been... there was a point that I was checking every single day for like a week. Because he put out one song, and I was like, okay.
Did you hear it? No, right?
I listened to it on the way here.
And? First impressions?
It's all right. It's not. There's no one song that really stands out to me.
There's no George Bush hates black people moment.
Nope, none of that.
Damn. All right. Well,
that's the news.
That was the news. All right.
So, for the conversation on hand,
we are talking about
George Bush.
George Bush.
No, we're gonna talk about what's this guy's name?
First of all, what's crazy about when I started watching the Tucker Carlson interview on X.
You watched it on X?
I watched it on X.
You're such an X lover.
Okay, so first thing about X, fix your video platform, guys. Seriously.
X?
Please, guys, do me a favor.
I watched it on YouTube.
I did not watch it on YouTube. I didn't bother going into that mecca. But please stop. Stop with the nonsense. Their video format is just beta. It's like going back in time. Sucks. And then it's, I guess it's because it's a social I don't know, but when you swipe up by accident, it's a new video. So when you go back, what happens? Like if you accidentally swipe up, what happens?
It reloads the whole page.
When you swipe up to the next video and you try to go back, it reloads from the beginning.
Oh, that's not good.
You feel me? Fix that, guys. If you're gonna show a video that's,
I put a new background for you.
If you're gonna put a video that's 2 hours long, accidents are gonna happen. Niggas like me are gonna accidentally swipe.
Yeah, no, 100%. They should make it so that way when you could press a button and
it locks it.
Not that it locks it, but it puts the video in the top corner of the phone, so that way you can actually scroll through X while you're doing that.
That's another way of doing it, but no, that doesn't work either, because there should be a button that gives you that option, and it also gives you the option of like, we're locking this in here because you're viewing this. So,
see, but that's why I like YouTube, because you throw it in the corner, and I could do anything else on my phone, no problem. You know what you could do that with too?
What?
TikTok. You throw it in the corner, and you just keep doing whatever you're doing on your phone. You can get off a TikTok app and do other things, and it stays in the corner. And when the video's done, it automatically plays the next video.
With TikTok?
Yep.
Well, so that's my first critique about the app, where I saw it from. But
I put a new background for you.
When I started watching it real quickly, all I thought was like, the balls. Because you get this fear of who Putin is, but when you watch the video, you're like, it's just another nigga.
You can tell that nobody really says no to him often. That he's surrounded by people that say yes, sir, yes. Because as soon as Tucker Carlson said something that was like against him, he was like, "You're wrong, I'm right." Like there was no, like as soon as he would say something like, "You're just a journalist," like you don't get it.
You don't understand.
Are you here for a real interview, or are you here to play around? Are we joking here? Are we here for a show, or are we here for an interview?
Well, when he said that part, I think what he was saying was like, you need to understand how we even got here first.
Yeah, but that's the thing, that he was trying to paint it like this is how and why this happened. Like and Tucker Carlson's like, yeah, what? Forget about the history. That's unimportant. Why did you strike? And he's like, are you here for? I'm really trying to break this down for you.
I don't.
Because, and Tucker's eyes, he's like, the history's void. It doesn't mean anything. Why did you attack? Because you were president for 21 years before you attacked. Why didn't you do it when you first got in office? If all this what you're saying is true, why didn't you just do it right away?
What was his answer?
But he didn't say those words, but that's what Tucker Carlson's trying to get at. Vladimir Putin was like, are you here for a show or here for an interview? Because I want to tell you the whole history. He was trying to it felt like I'm giving excuses for everybody can hear why I attacked. Even though the excuses make no sense. This is why I did it. Because I'm listening to what he's saying of the reasons why he did this, that, and the third. Like one of them was like, we're trying to give it to Nazis. And I'm like, so why are you, a president of Russia, worried about what another country is doing with themselves? Why are you getting involved in that at all? You don't see us going to Peru saying, why are you got, this weird organization? America doesn't care. That's their politics. Now, if they start doing crazy stuff and attacking, the border, now we get involved. But them doing their Nazi thing, that's on them. Let them do it. Who cares? That's nothing to do with you.
You're saying that Ukraine getting, the UN, the United Nations, NATO, right?
Yeah.
Getting involved with Ukraine?
No. Russia getting involved with Ukraine.
Why is Russia getting involved with Ukraine?
Putin said, I went into Russia because they have Nazis.
Putin said, I went into Ukraine.
Ukraine. Wow, I'm sorry, yeah. You went into Ukraine because they have Nazis.
Because they have Nazis.
Because they have a Nazi problem. And now you can imagine, Tucker Carlson like, what has to do with you? And then that Putin's like, are you here to have an interview? Or are you here to play games? He don't want to be questioned. This is my answer, and that's it.
Because I'm only halfway through. The interview. I'm trying.
The first half an hour is giving a history lesson.
Yeah. So,
which is fun, but not for an interview. Make your own YouTube video and put it out there. What the hell? We're having an interview here. Interview is us going back and forth talking about stuff. Now you show what's it called, soapboxing, and just going off for half an hour. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to interview. You're trying to give propaganda. That's what you're doing, and you're using Tucker Carlson's platform to do it.
I don't know. Again, only because I haven't finished watching it, I'm trying to hear what the guy is saying, and his reason thus far to step in is that it sounds, from where I got up to, he's trying to eliminate a threat.
Yeah, a threat that's not threatening him at all. That's the problem.
A threat that's
a threat has nothing to do with you. It's a threat within their own country. Within what's the name of that country again?
Ukraine.
It's Ukraine. Let them have their problems. You know what I'm saying? And now one of the things he says, he goes, but they have Russians, people that call themselves Russians, that believe that they're Russians, that live in Ukraine, and they're having problems with Nazis. Okay, I get it. But you don't go and attack them. You tell them, come over here. It's safer. Come.
Yeah, leave there. If you identify as Russian, we have a whole country for you.
You know how much space we have here? Just come on over. So his excuses that he's giving, or he's trying to give reasons, sound like excuses, like almost like saying, I did this, and in retrospect, these are the reasons I'm going to come up with, because I don't have a real solid reason. I just got to give a whole bunch of these random ideas, and so that way people could believe, there's a lot of reasons why he decided to do this. Because he's literally just throwing a whole bunch of reasons why, but none of it is a solid reason to attack a country.
When he mentions the part of who's running the country, who's running the U.S.
Yeah.
Did you get that part?
Yeah.
What did you think about that part?
This is one of the things we talked about before. About the deep state. He's saying exactly what is going on. He's right. America is run by the deep state. It's not run by the president. The president is just a puppet. He's just a figure.
You agree with that?
Oh yeah. We've been saying this for years now. At this point, it's the president is temporary. The deep state is permanent.
But he said about Bush. Bush was well informed of what's going on. Bush, Clinton.
Yeah, because these people have a brain. You look at Biden, doesn't know what the hell's going on. I don't even know if he knows he's the president of the United States. He might not even know what the hell he might not even know what's going on right now. I don't even think he knows where he's at. So of course, Biden, what's his name, Bush and them knew. They're in the middle of it. They see what's going on. You think you're gonna be the president? Let's say you become the president, and then all of a sudden, everybody that works for you work for Trump, work for Biden, work for Clinton, work for you guys been here for 20 years working for different presidents. You know what I'm saying? And want to get something passed, I'll take care of it. Don't worry about Mr. President. You run the country, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? And the president's like, all right, I'm gonna go talk to this people and these people. Meanwhile, everybody's doing what they're passing their laws. The president's not even involved in passing laws. He's not even there.
Should we be involved in Ukraine?
So I'm
that question prior and post the Tucker Carlson Putin interview.
Yeah.
Go.
So I don't think my thoughts on it has changed ever since, even with what they said. I don't think America should be involved in anything that's not our business. Number one, we have enough problems. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to be involved in all these other countries that have problems that we got to donate money to and whatever. You want to kill? You guys want to fight a war? Fight a war. Do whatever you want. Kill each other. We're here to pick up the pieces when you're done. You know what I'm saying?
It's the scraps.
We're here to buy up whatever land you guys have to sell because whatever you spent all your money on the war.
So you say we shouldn't have gone in and we shouldn't be in. We shouldn't.
No. The reason why the United States got in there and started giving money, I understand and I agreed with that as well. The reason why the United States even bothered helping Ukraine was because they knew that they could get rid of weapons that we have that are becoming expired. So if they get rid of the stockpile of expired weapons, they can re-up and get newer weapons. They can use the government to fund, the military industrial complex. It's like we got a lot of old stockpile weapons. We're not fighting any wars right now. We could sell it to them as aid. You know what I'm saying? So the government gives a check to the industrial complex and they say, instead of buying weapons and giving it to them, we'll buy weapons and we save it for us and we give the old stuff to Ukraine, let them use it. Another reason why the U.S. is giving weapons is because they give some weapons that we haven't really used that much. Like one of them is the Javelin missile. You ever seen that? Versus Russian tanks. We've never used that against Russian tanks. So they're like, we'll let you guys use it and we'll see what the outcomes are when you guys use it. And then if you say, oh, it's not penetrating their armor, I'm like, okay, now we know where to improve these weapons. We can actually test it in the battlefield, And another reason why is because we can use Ukraine, as cannon fodder against Russia. Meaning we can just throw you guys against Russia and let you guys wear each other out and, have Russia spend all their men, have them, what's the word I'm looking for? Demoralize your country because they don't want to fight in a war. You know what I'm saying? Have them waste their money, have them waste their military, because Russia's military budget and armor and army is nothing compared to the U.S. Them fighting, think about it, they fought Ukraine and they're almost out of stuff, which is a tiny country. Imagine if they fought us, we would annihilate them. But America's like, we'll just let them waste all their stuff, let them waste their money. And then on top of that, we put sanctions, we cut oil off, we cut off this and cut off that, and make it harder for the Russian people to do, the government to do stuff. Yeah. It's an easy way for us to, lower their power a little bit.
Yeah, but they still got those nukes.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it. You're not going to use it. He even says they're not going to use it. Why would I do that? We're going to kill each other. And we all know this.
Do you believe him when he said he was entertaining the idea of joining NATO?
Yeah, of course. Everybody want to join NATO. They're the cool kids on the block. The most powerful alliance
you
in the
think
world.
he still wants to?
I don't know if he still wants to. If he does, there's no way that he's going to get in there because these other countries don't even like him. Maybe, and it's not Russia. It's not that they don't like Russia. They don't like him because he's been president for 21 years, which he shouldn't have been. That means he's doing stuff to stay president. You know, there's a term limit, and he way surpassed that term limit. So they're like, we don't trust you because you're a dictator. You control this country with an iron fist. So we can't trust you. As long as you're in charge of Russia, we can't work with Russia. As soon as he leaves and the next guy comes in, I guarantee you, as long as the next guy comes in fairly and not like put in by Putin. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Putin's like, I'm leaving, I'm going to put this guy in charge. But if the guy gets voted in fairly, I guarantee you that NATO's going to be like, okay, let's work together. You're a new guy. You know, let's work together. Let's gain some trust first. Spend a few years learning each other, being friendly. You know, it may not even be the first guy. It may be like the second or third guy that gets elected, where they start to build this trust with this country. You know,
If it's true that they're like out of military, where do we go from here? When do we back up? Do we back up?
who, America?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, we shouldn't have been involved in the first place. I understand why, but we shouldn't have did it. And that's my personal opinion. I also, think that Russia is not the superpower that we thought they were. We thought they were these big, giant bear, and they're not. You know, I'm not saying they're defenseless, but they're not what we thought they were. Now we're looking at China like we thought both of you guys were big bears. You know, we thought Russia was the big bear and you guys were the dragon. You know what I'm saying? Now we're looking at China like, are you guys even a dragon?
I don't think that's
Because China doesn't really have any powerful military. They have men. So did Russia. Means nothing. You know, at this day and age, in this war age, you know what I'm saying? I think what Putin is doing, what Putin has been doing, let me rephrase that. What Russia has been doing for decades is working against America, and that's propaganda. That's what's working in America better than any weapon they could come up with. Better than nukes.
the propaganda of Russia interfering with us.
Yeah. There's a video of a guy, he was a spy from Russia. He defected and came to the US. And then he told the US, we're doing this plan to weaken your country that's going to take 30, 40 years. And we're going to start by implementing these things in the school system. You know what I'm saying? LGBT rights, all these things. Everything he said that they were going to do in the 1960s is sure enough happened after year after year after
Okay.
year. So I think that's the biggest weapon that Russia and China has against America. Because Americans, whether we like to believe it or not, we're not woke enough. As much as people say that we're woke, we are not woke. We're asleep and we're being put in a dream that makes us think that we're awake. You know what I'm saying? It's like what are those dreams called where you think you're awake and you can control it?
You're in a trance or like
Yeah, I forgot what it's called. Yeah, but we're
sleepwalking?
no, not sleepwalking. Like you're in the gym and you can control it.
Oh, I don't know.
Ask Siri.
But
America are full of people that quote unquote are woke, but what they're doing is they're dragging everybody down. Like, give you an example, easy example that we actually just talked about: the immigration policy. They're being woke. They want to help people. What they're doing, they're dragging the country down, and everybody else is like, "What are you guys doing?"
because the idea is noble, but it's not
Sustainable.
It's not sustainable.
There's
It's not,
no way-
it's not ideal. It's not feasible. It's
No.
not achievable in today's climax
Yeah.
and society and how we flock with each other.
Now, if you really wanted to let the migrants rush in, which I'm okay with, but we cannot have welfare system.
But the argument that you're saying is sort of like what he's saying. Let's listen to our good friend, Mr. Putin in this interview. I don't know if it's going to be heard. We'll check it out. So this will be.
You might have to cut this in.
I might have to, depending on the settings, to see if we can hear it. Here we go. Raise that up.
Я не помню.
I don't remember.
В интернете, когда я был.
It is easy to find out on the internet when I was in the USA at the invitation of a Bush senior. It is even easier to learn from someone I'm going to tell you about.
Мне сказали, это очень интересно.
I was told it was very interesting. I said, just imagine if we could tackle such a global strategic security challenge together. The world will change. We'll probably have disputes, probably economic and even political ones, but we could drastically change the situation in the
Tucker Carlson's face right here.
I love his face when he's listening. When he's listening,
That face right there.
he's like, you ever seen the it's like an emoji, but it's not really an emoji. It's just people that type in numbers, letters that make it look like a face. He's 2 circles and a line. That's his face. Just every time he's talking to anybody, he's just that. He's just.
I mean, it almost looks like he's afraid
And
of saying some shit.
no, he makes that face in every interview.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't. Yeah. So I found it kind of like hard to watch. I had to like look
the
away.
world. He says yes and asks, "Are you serious?" I
Are
said,
you
"Of
serious
course.
of joining?
We need to think about it." I'm told.
Вот в этот кабинет.
I said, "Go ahead, please." Then Secretary of Defense Gates,
Right here.
former director of CIA, and Secretary of State Rice came in here, in this cabinet, right here at this table. They sat on this table. Me, the foreign minister, the Russian defense minister on that side.
Министр обороны.
They said to me,
Они вместе.
"Yes, we have thought about it. We agree." I said, "Thank God, great,
Но
but with some exceptions."
So twice you've described U.S. presidents making decisions and then being undercut by their agency heads. So it sounds like you're describing a system that's not run by the people who are elected in your telling.
именно так. Именно
That's
так.
right.
В конечном
That's right.
итоге нас послали подальше. Я не буду.
In the end, they just told us to get lost.
Корректно.
I'm not going to tell you the details because I think it's incorrect.
So that part there, Condoleezza Rice and Gates told him no, but you don't think that order came from Bush?
No. But put it up, fix the screen.
You don't think that came from Bush?
What I think. I don't know if this comes from a conspiracy, because I don't think it does, because we've been watching this go on for years, and it looks like, again, we're seeing this right now with Biden. Sometimes he does an interview, or he's gonna ask a question, or he's gonna do something, and he'll say something like, I can't do that. They won't let me do that. Or I can't say they won't let me say. Because there's a group of people, now the conspiracy part of me is like, yo, it's the deep state, that they really run the country. It could be something as simple as the person that is in charge of his, his face that he shows to the public. What is it called? The publicist? The publicist. It could be Biden has a publicist that's like, it's not a good idea for you to answer certain questions because it makes us look bad. So maybe just wait, and we'll come up with a better response, a written response that sounds very, rather than us just trying to go off the top of the head. You know what I'm saying? It could be as simple as that. So when Bush says, you know what, that sounds like a good idea, what he's doing is off the cuff. We could be friends, bro. Of course we could be friends. And then he goes back to his country or his people, and he's like, look, we want to start this process. And then the guy from whatever, I don't know, France or something is like, we would love to work with Russia, but we can't because, they did this, and the third. And if we do this, it's going to make us look weak as a country. And then Germany comes in, they're like, we buy oil from Russia. We can't do this. Like, there may be more behind it. And then George Bush is like, you know what, you're right. We might have to wait. I can't do it as my presidency because I only have 4 years left, but I'm sure somebody else could. So he goes to Putin. He goes, we can't do that just yet.
When you finished, because I haven't finished the interview with Putin. When you finished,
He takes his shirt off. You know that, right? I'll show you the picture. He takes his shirt off.
I don't believe you, bitch. Do you think that we're at risk of? Part of watching the interview for me is like, are we at risk of the annihilation of mankind with nuclear? Are we at risk of World War III? Did you get that sense at the end of the video?
Nah.
No.
Nah. He says it. He's like, I'm not going to fight a war. I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
Why would I do that? We're going to kill each other and we're going to have what left? Destroy our planet? He says it.
Yeah.
You know?
When he said that part, it's almost like, okay. So it's because when you think about Putin, when you think about communists, you think about the end of the world. You think about this communist that wants power at all costs.
Yeah.
That's looking for dominance at all costs. And he says it like that's a crazy person.
Yeah, but also people that are narcissists cannot admit that they're narcissists because it undermines their narcissism. Play with that in your brain. If you tell a narcissist you're a narcissist, they immediately think, I'm not a narcissist. This guy's fucking crazy. I'm not a narcissist. A person that's not a narcissist, if you tell them, yo, you're a narcissist, they'll be like, damn, am I fucking right now? Am I a narcissist? Am I acting this way? I should really reflect. So when they go to Putin and they tell him, call him a dictator and all that, in his head, he's like, I'm not a dictator. This guy's crazy. No way. You know what I'm saying? That he can't even admit to it. You know what I'm saying? If he wasn't, he would take a step back and think to himself, what makes him believe that I'm a dictator? What do I need to improve so I don't be viewed like that? Because I know I'm not.
Right. So in other words, when you're not what you're being accused, you're self-evaluating. Like, how are they seeing that from my person?
How did you come to this conclusion? What made you say that? Because also, remember, people just talk crap.
Versus, I am a narcissist, but he's calling me out. I have to defend that I'm not.
Yeah.
We're humans. It makes no damn sense.
Because they're never going to admit, I'm not a narcissist. This guy's nuts.
I don't think that's true in every scenario.
It's not me. It's him. I'm never the problem. They're the problem.
I don't think that's the case in every scenario.
Every time.
I don't think so.
Psychology, baby. I've watched it.
Don't think it's every single scenario.
Google it. If you listen to this, Google it. All psychologists say it.
I think there's a rule for one that doesn't.
Not Putin, though.
Definitely not Putin. Definitely not Hitler. Definitely not Donald Trump.
Hitler was another one.
Huge.
They told him that he was a drug addict. I don't know if you remember this. They told him he was a drug addict. He was saying no while he's high. You do see it, bro. You have.
What was he on?
If you're listening to this, your uncle's a drug addict and an alcoholic. Tell him that he's a drug addict and alcoholic. See what he tells you.
What was he on?
He was on heroin.
Meth, right?
Meth and heroin, yeah. On the worst things you could be on. He was on it. There's a video of him in the Olympics. High, nigga. High. You can tell, bro. I'm gonna send it to the group chat right now. Not to the group chat, but to the
document.
Yeah. Not the document. The freaking messenger.
So again, the document. We talked about this, but moving on. So I haven't finished watching the whole video. I also agree, even though I'm only halfway there. Like, I'm looking at this Putin guy. First of all, he looks great.
Putin?
Yeah.
He exercises.
Great.
Go to Messenger.
I don't know how old he is or whatever the case may be, but my guy looks strong. He looked like he's getting his weights in there. And how uncomfortable was it when he had the archives of the history to Tucker Carlson?
Yeah, he prepared for this moment.
It was so like, even Tucker Carlson was like, "Oh, please don't give me that."
Yeah, because Tucker Carlson's like, "What? This has nothing to do with anything. You're giving me nothing right now." Look at that picture put right there with the horse. Click on that.
Oh,
can you zoom in?
My God, bro, you gave me a freaking thumbtack as a freaking picture, bro. This is horrible.
Look at the freaking words around it.
Look at how much I have to zoom in just to get even a remote chance of seeing this guy.
Look at him though.
He looks great.
That's what they did after they cut it off, but Tucker Carlson's behind him on a horse. He's on a smaller horse. Following him.
That's why the tail's a little bit fucked
with
up.
No
here.
shirt on.
That's the other horse in the background. Yeah, I don't know, bro. That's, to me, it seems very, very out of pocket. And then what else did you send us?
Oh, that's not worry. But we'll talk about when time comes. Don't worry about that.
Calm down, Linda.
Yeah, but I don't think we could trust Putin. We could trust him as far as we could throw him. You know what I'm saying? And I can't even reach him.
What do you think his relationship is with China and his argument in regards to why he has a friendship with China? He said,
has no choice.
He said, you don't choose your neighbors just like you don't choose your family, your siblings.
Your cellmate, Mr. Carlton. Carlton? Tucker Carlson.
Carlson, what's wrong with you?
He's
today?
like you can't choose your family like you choose your cellmate.
He didn't say cellmate.
Tucker Carlson was like, what? And then Vladimir Putin was like, don't.
With that face that Tucker makes, I think he thought he was going to
He
jail.
was like, don't interrupt me again.
Yeah, for real. That's the face that's how I read his face. But you're saying he's always looking like that.
Nah, he's always like that. It's like a meme.
No, but seriously, he, in his arguments to why he's fucking with China is
He has no choice. Yeah.
we share a border, like they're right there. Why wouldn't we be messing with China? Do you think that if China and Russia got together, now that you said that Russia doesn't have a chance with us, do you think that Russia and China stands a chance against us
No.
in dominance?
No.
With Russia having technology and
Russia
China
doesn't
having
have
the
technology. What technology they got?
Well, he said he has super advanced ballistic, anti-ballistic.
Yeah. Okay, so again, we're going to look at Vladimir Putin, what kind of person he is. He's going to immediately say, we got this dope missile.
But let's just say...
Wait, let me just say. We got this dope missile. He's going to tell us exactly what the top of the line thinks he has. America won't say anything. We're not going to say, we got the rocket, we got this kind of missile. That we're just going to be like, you'll see. So everything that he says he got, I think we got that and more.
Okay, and that's your opinion, and thank you for sharing.
Yeah, we got UFOs. I said it. We got UFOs.
Did you just mess up the cameras?
No.
This guy, you kicked something. You kicked me to the fucking... Look, I'm in storage. In my opinion, I think that Russia does have...
They got
Russia
supersonic
has...
missiles. There's no doubt about it.
Russia has...
Listen,
I'm not saying it's better than ours, but what I'm saying is that they have enough technology that if they had the backing of the manufacturing, of the production of...
They don't.
They have it right across their border in China.
What they make, bro?
You're not... Let the words enter your brain first and absorb it. Let me say it again. I believe that Russia has the technology, the know-how, the LMLPs, the E equals MC squared to build shit, but they don't have the infrastructure. But right across the border is a whole country of niggas ready to make shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think they have anything.
I never said that they had anything. I said that they have the tech, the know-how.
They don't have enough. They're doing stuff in Russia at a government level that in America we do at a college level. You know what I'm saying? Their level of the top brass is our college stuff.
What I'm saying is that you don't know that. That's your opinion. What I'm saying is that what they do have, what they do have is enough that if they were to scale it up to like, I don't know, a military of 2 billion soldiers that were operating their top level technology.
What are they going to do with that? Okay, give me one technology and let's follow.
It doesn't matter.
No, wait. I want
because
hold on. What you're saying is so like let's pick a specific. No. You're thinking of a soldier with a gun?
No. I'm not. What I'm saying is that if you first of all, we don't know what they have technology wise.
America knows, and they're like,
at what advancement?
America doesn't care enough that we're willing to fund a war that fights them. That's how much we care. We're like, he's good. We're good, guys. We're good.
Once again, that's because we don't know if they're gonna unite in a front.
Even if they did, what they got. Think about aircraft. You know what an aircraft carrier is?
Okay.
An aircraft carrier could conquer a country.
Yes. What I'm saying is that I know how to build the aircraft carriers. I know all the technology, the metals, the designs, what you need.
You're America, right?
No, I'm
because
Russia.
Russia don't got it, or China.
I'm Russia.
Neither one of them.
Don't know.
I know because we know. We could Google right now where the aircraft carriers are.
So
we know that for sure.
Let's say they had the know-how, the scientists.
If they know, so in a parallel universe.
In a parallel universe, they had the scientists, but they have no infrastructure to make it so, and much less they have the soldier, the manpower.
That'd be crazy. But we don't live in that universe. The universe we live in is that Russia don't got it. And the aircraft carriers that China has used to be cargo ships.
Yeah.
They're not even weapons. They're faking it.
But Russia knows how to make it, right?
No.
They don't know how to make aircraft carriers?
They don't got anything. Look it up.
Not that you see, he keeps saying they don't got anything. I'm not saying that. They got the know-how.
Okay, what I'm saying is we've been doing this for generations, and they're starting to do something.
You're still negating the fact that they may, because you don't know, I don't know, they may have the know-how, and the fastest way to get their know-how into physical production is this massive country that's producing things
And they could-
far greater.
And China's going
in
to be like, hey,
quantity.
we don't even have that, but we'll make yours. We're going to equip you to be stronger than us.
Who?
That's what you're saying. Russia's going to be like, yeah, make this for me. And China's going to be like, we don't even have this, but we'll make it for you. We're going to give your military something to be stronger than us. We're going to build it for you.
No,
They wouldn't do that.
That's called the treaty.
Oh, but I'm saying, though, even if Russia
It's called
did,
the treaty, just like the NATO. What are you saying?
Even if Russia did have this and they gave it and they built it, we have, 14?
I'm not negating that we're not bad boys. We are the bad boys.
But what you're saying is that they're going to build this and it's going to be like, oh my God, it's going to be a
What
war.
I'm asking
even
you,
if they had it, it's
what I'm
nothing
asking
to
you,
us.
you answered it. Even if they had the know-how and China's like, we'll make it and we're going to be this great new superpower controlling the planet. What you're saying is that, no.
It's not enough.
It's not enough.
Not enough. China, the ports that they would leave, they have 2 ports. I mean,
So
two,
why
two
is
sources
everyone
of-
scared of these two niggas getting together?
Because of Rocky,
Rocky Balboa?
the movie.
Not in Pennsylvania.
We convinced generation of America that Russia's the bad guy. So everybody automatically thinks,
Apollo died, nigga. Shut up.
I know, rest in peace. But so automatically people think, oh my gosh, they're bad, they're big and they're bad. But America tested them and they noticed these guys ain't nothing.
Even Putin in the interview said that America is the greatest and the ones who run the propaganda across the world. Why would I play in their arena? They own what's the narrative is.
America is very, very powerful in propaganda, for sure.
And he's like, I'm not going to get involved in that wheelhouse. There's no point because I'm not going to get my story across.
But they have.
Have they?
Yeah, look at when Trump got elected.
But wasn't that Hillary? Wasn't that Zuckerberg?
No, they used Zuckerberg's technology to do it.
They used,
Yeah.
but it was them.
It was them, and it was proven them because they figured out that they were a bunch of troll farms. They called them.
But who allowed this? Zuckerberg.
Allow is very, it's just saying if I make an account on Facebook, do I say, Zuckerberg allowed me to make this? No.
You mean
it's
to
an
tell
open
me
platform.
that? Oh no! You mean to tell me that Zuckerberg? I'm sorry, but Zuckerberg knew absolutely. And when he saw it, he was like, "This is perfect. It serves 2 purposes. I get to support the Hillary Clinton."
No, I'm telling you that those were used to get Trump elected. Those farms were specifically made to get Trump elected. It's a proven fact. We figured it all out because the top 10, I think it's like the 7 of the top 10 biggest Christian Facebook groups, all ran by Russian propaganda.
When Hillary was going against Trump, the Facebook and the social media,
the actual people, actually Zuckerberg, him trying, and people that were Democrats. What I'm saying is people that wanted Trump elected started in Russia propaganda farms, and other people latched on.
Why am I not remembering the same thing you're remembering? I'm remembering that supposedly, and Hillary was using this, that Hillary was saying Trump and Putin are in bed.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying to you right now.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
And that was who told that story? Who came up with that narrative? Who was playing that card? Hillary?
The CIA.
The CIA?
The CIA, remember.
Or Facebook.
They didn't just meet Hillary Clinton, like they met Trump. They knew Hillary Clinton for years because she was in the State Department. So they were telling her, we got bot farms in Russia putting propaganda on Facebook pro-Trump. So she started saying it.
And she was saying what? Look, pro-Trump.
Exactly.
He's in bed with Trump. Trump's in bed with him.
Trump, on the other hand, had no idea any of this was happening. He thought, man, they love me on Facebook. He has no idea. He's not actually talking to Putin. He just believes his own, bullcrap.
And you're saying that Zuckerberg didn't know that?
I'm saying Zuckerberg was inconsequential to it. He doesn't even care. He's just saying half of Facebook is bots.
Yeah.
So he's like, they're doing their thing. Bots are doing their thing. They're the ones that make traffic to our service to get us money.
That's a big assumption, bro. I think he did care.
This is said.
I think he did know.
In the trial, remember when they took Zuckerberg to the Senate?
Yeah.
Okay, they were telling him that bots run it. And he goes, those bots bring traffic to Facebook, which helps
bring revenue.
Bring revenue because of ads.
Mm-hmm.
So he lets them rock. I'm not in control. I'm not the news. I'm not writing the reports that they're doing it. You know what I'm saying?
No one's asking.
These
him
are
to be, no, but
individual-
no one's asking him to be the news.
But that's
to
why he
suggest
can't
that he didn't know about it.
No, but that's why he doesn't have to take him down. He could.
It's
he
not
doesn't
about.
have
But that wasn't the question. My question is, did he know about it?
He probably did. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's no doubt that he
But
knew
he
about
doesn't.
it.
Why would he care? He's a businessman. He's like, give me money.
Right, and that's great. But he knew about it.
Yeah.
But if it was against his political views, he would have done something about it, right?
If he did it for that, he would have to do it for other things. He would show his cards.
No. You can't pick and choose.
You can pick and choose.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
he picked,
And if he picks,
chose.
the rest of the United States is going to look like, oh, he's only.
But he did pick.
But listen to what I'm telling you. If he does it, the rest
But
of the United
you
States.
keep saying does it,
You don't want to hear what I'm saying.
but you keep saying does it. He did it.
Okay, when he does it, or when he did
He
do it,
did
okay,
do
all right,
it.
whatever. When he did do it, the rest of the United States, the pro-Trump people, are going to be like, look, he's doing this against Trump. We have to support our man. So it doesn't help him either way.
It did help him.
Whether he does it or not, it's still going to support Trump. It's a lose-lose situation for Zuckerberg.
How?
Again, if he leaves the ads, it supports Trump, right? I'm sorry, not ads. If he leaves the bots are supporting Trump, right?
The bots.
If he removes the bots, the actual supporters of Trump are gonna say, "Wow, look, they really."
That wasn't the gameplay. The gameplay was this: he left it there. He knew Hillary was going to use it as a propaganda that he's in bed with the Russians.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
And it benefited him regardless. But it did something better. He was going to get paid regardless. That was the point of it.
Yeah.
Leave the bots, I get paid. But it's also my party. So I'm supporting my party in this little agenda that Hillary's pulling out. And I'm just going to let it rock. If it was against his party, he, I believe, would not have let it rock because he's going to make money regardless. But I'm not going to spin it this way because it doesn't benefit what I believe in, my party, what my morals, what my political stance is. It was a double win for him. But if it was against his political belief, then he would have knocked it down. He would have not let it happen.
Either way, Trump wins. Trump doesn't lose the scenario.
But that wasn't the question. The question was his motive behind it. Did he actually know? Was he actually in on it? Absolutely.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, who cares? But again, for him, it doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying. It's inconsequential for him. He's making money. That's what he cares about.
And he's getting his political side more power.
It doesn't. That's what I'm saying. If to him, it doesn't matter. Whichever situation goes along, to him, he's like, I win. And Trump, on the other hand, regardless if you take bots off or leave bots on, Trump wins. So the only loser in the scenario is Hillary Clinton.
The reason why I bring this up is because a lot of this idea of like Taylor Swift endorsing Biden.
Which she didn't do just yet.
Which she didn't do.
She will.
That's coming up. You guys already heard about it.
Yep.
You guys already heard about it.
It's not even a prediction. We all know.
Right. Okay. So you made me lose my train of thought.
Taylor Swift is a propaganda machine.
I totally forgot my. It had to do with the propaganda machine. Damn. Okay. So when individuals like Taylor Swift, like Zuckerberg, like Elon Musk, to be fair, when those individuals that have these platforms, can you Zuckerberg, you have a huge platform, sir. We need you to be neutral because you could sway an election and that's election interference.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that possible? Should it be?
He could.
This has to go to section 232.
But again, if he does that, now the rest of society looks and be like, he's choosing a side. So stay off his platform. Who's on Facebook? Old people. Old people vote. Mostly Republican.
What you're saying is that even if it does, or he is allowed to it, he's only going to pander to his audience and people are going to go over there if they belong to that
what I'm saying is, I don't think he would do that because even if he did it, he would lose his own, he would mess up his own pockets. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not worth saying, I'm just going to let only these certain people. What he does is he makes quote unquote rules. Like, oh, you broke the rule. You know what I'm saying? He makes it their fault. It doesn't benefit. It's not my fault. It's your fault.
It doesn't benefit his pocket by
choosing a side.
By choosing a side in public, in the public forum.
Exactly. But what he could do is make rules. You broke the rules. Sorry. You know, and I don't know if you remember there was
and in the case with Trump and Hillary, he allowed this to happen and then later came up with a rule.
because once Trump got elected and he saw who Trump was. Remember, he was, like you said, he was Hillary's team or whatever. He was her party. When he saw Trump, when he saw what Trump was doing, he was so like, appalled. He was like, I got to do something. This time around, I got to do something.
You saw him apologizing?
No.
Was Zuckerberg apologizing?
Like a robot? Was he doing like a robot?
First of all, he is a robot. Yeah. We know that. But how the Senate or the House made him turn around and apologize to those families, those children that committed suicide.
Oh, that's not doing him.
You did see the apology?
Imagine, I heard about it, yeah. But imagine that was you. Would I apologize? I don't even think I would apologize. I'm like, wait, you want me to apologize for letting them go on Facebook?
I mean, I guess that's
what you want me to apologize. You want me to apologize for those kids being allowed to download an app and being allowed to sign in and be allowed to do this.
We want you to apologize because we know that the metrics you were using was causing this, and knowing that these things were happening as a direct effect of your platform, that you didn't do anything about it.
Yeah, so then I want Coca-Cola, I want Pepsi, I want all the candy companies I want them to come in.
Sir, they're not here. You're here.
Yeah, when they
don't worry about other people. The only person that you need to worry about is you and your company.
When they do that, I'll come apologize to you.
Once again, you're the one that's here.
Yeah, I'm not apologizing unless you make other people do this.
This is
everybody's business practice, not just mine.
And the only person that's sitting here is you.
I didn't invent this thing.
You didn't invent Facebook?
This has been going on. No,
you didn't invent Facebook.
What you're saying is that I'm making it addictive.
Did you invent Facebook?
Yeah.
So you're responsible?
No.
For your part?
Nope.
You're not responsible for your part at all?
Nope. Sorry, I don't apologize.
Interesting.
I don't apologize. If I was him, I would never apologize. Because what they're saying is you made this thing addictive for people to get on it. Right?
Not only did you make it, but you continued it when you knew you had information
and what I'm
that
saying
this was causing harm.
They're making it seem like Mark Zuckerberg is the first person in history to do that. That's not true. Every industry has been doing this for generations upon generations. So you're not going to come to the guy that was, that's today and say, hey, you apologize. No. You got hundreds of companies that have been doing this for generations that are still doing it. You got companies that are getting people killed.
Well, Mr. Zuckerberg, the ball started with you.
Ball did not start with me.
And that's why you're here now.
And I want this on the record that she said that.
You're a woman. Ball starts with you.
You're a woman. I'm sorry.
What the fuck?
Sorry.
What the hell?
The ball starts with you.
This is why I can't with your ass, nigga. Section 230.
Keep it.
Section 230. Keep it.
Keep it. We need it. Freedom, baby.
This ban on 16-year-olds creating social profiles.
Yeah. Nope. I don't agree with that at all. You're becoming a nanny state, they call it, where the government is controlling the people.
So you think a 13-year-old should have a Bumble account?
I think a parent should be in charge of what the 13-year-old does.
The 10-year-old that had a Bumble account, met with a guy, and was murdered and raped.
Yeah, that's the parent's fault.
That's the parent's fault.
Parents' fault.
You don't think that there should be a ban on creating an adult profile, an adult platform as a child?
Adult platform?
Adult platform.
Oh my God, we have laws for that already. 18 and over. Are you 18 and over? Check yes. Did you lie? That's your problem.
Like OnlyFans, right? It's 18 and older.
18 and over. Now, if you're 17 and you press yes, I'm 18, whose fault is it that I lied?
Companies shouldn't have the software to be able to verify or make efforts to verify?
Not. Nope. None of that. Never. That's not the company's business.
How would you do that?
How would you what? Make it do that? They do that now. There's states that make you scan your ID.
I'm 14. Right, okay, so I'm 14 years old.
I think Louisiana does that.
And I want to open up a profile. I would need my ID, my state ID.
That's what they want you to do, yeah. But I don't think you should ever do that. You don't want what they get your personal information out there for what? You do whatever you want. You're an adult. If you're a kid, you shouldn't be on it. But that's your parents.
So do you think that it's another conspiracy that they just won?
That what?
You think it's another conspiracy that if they pass this bill, that it's not about protecting the youth, that it's really about you scanning your ID
100%.
To match your social profile so they could track you
and
better.
I also don't think that's a conspiracy theory. I think that they actually said that they wanted to do that. Nikki Haley came out and said that. The one that's running for president?
We want to verify your account
Yeah, with your name and ID.
with your actual
and if
name
you don't
and
use
ID.
it, you can have one.
And if you can't, if you don't use it, you can't have a social presence.
So right now we have the basement at facebook.com. That's
Right.
gone. We don't have the
These
basement
guys?
ID. We don't have the basement ID. We have an ID for the basement?
Not these guys. They
Gone.
don't.
And if you want a business account on it, guess what? You need a business license, sir.
Tax ID.
And you have to pay the government for that. Thank you. See? You don't want that.
Oh, man.
Put the responsibility in the parents' hands and let them figure it out.
And what should be the responsibility on the parents?
You got to monitor your children. These are your kids.
No, like what?
If you give your kid a phone, you have to monitor him. My Jackson, my son, he wants a phone so bad. And we keep telling him, no, he's not old enough. He's not ready.
That reminds me
You're not ready, buddy. Sorry.
of one of the parents just recently was sued or held accountable for their child doing the mass shooting. Did you hear about that?
Oh, yeah. But I don't know the details exactly behind it.
So, but it falls in line with the parents being held accountable for their children's action.
With the mass shooting thing, I can totally see the parents being like, I had no idea. Because you didn't, unless there was the parents' gun, then I can see how that's the parents' fault. Or if it happened, because kids go out in the street and they do whatever they want and then they come home. So it's hard to tell. You know what I'm saying? On your phone, you can monitor it because we have controls. We can block things. Like, the parents kind of got more responsibility on that end. But I mean, like, think about when you were kids. We used to go out, do whatever we wanted, and came back home, and the parents had no idea what the hell we did all day. So with the mass shooting, did the kid get a gun from some random place? Because then in that case, I don't see how it's the parents' fault. But if the kid got the gun from the parents' home, now I can see how that's the parents' fault. Because when you have a gun, you're supposed to keep it protected. You know what I'm saying? But then again, let's say I have a car and you took my car on a joyride and killed somebody. Is it my fault? Unless I gave you the car. But if I never gave you the car and you just took it.
I took it.
How is that my fault?
And I murdered people.
Freaking, like what goes in your head when you're driving, when people cross the street in front of you? You know what goes in your head. I could just kill this. 10 points. We all say it. You know you say it. 10 points. 10 points. So imagine that comes loose and you actually do it. And it's not your car.
I guess the difference is, was it premeditated? Did I have a social platform that you hear me screaming, I'm going to run over people one day? But
also,
I told my mommy.
If you told your mommy did nothing about it, it might be mommy's fault. Mommy should monitor her kids. Especially if a kid's crying out to you, I need help, Mom. I'm thinking about killing people. And you're like, you'll be fine. If your kid told you, I'm thinking about killing people, immediately we got to do something about it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we got to go to the psychiatrist. We got to maybe take you out of school for a little while. We got to figure something out. We go through some steps and you still do it. Now it's not my fault because I tried.
So,
but if you just ignore the problem and the kid starts killing people, I'm like, well, he said he was going to kill people, but who's going to think he's really going to do that?
One of the arguments to bring it back to Putin's interview, one of the arguments was that why is America getting involved in Ukraine?
Yeah, I agree.
Don't they have bigger problems?
Right.
Migrants, border, the economy.
He's right. I agree.
Should we just leave him to...
But of course he's going to say that because he's watching what's happening with Ukraine. In his head, he's like, I should have took over this country in a week. But because they're being supplied weapons, ammo, that has nothing to do with them, right? They're not making the ammo. They're just being shipped it. So he's like, they're destroying my army, killing my men. And my men are going back home with missing limbs and legs to their family. And it's just degrading the whole society. So of course he's going to say, why is America, they should have their own problems. This is part of the propaganda machine. He wants to convince Americans,
What do you think? So it's been a day that when did it come out? The interview? It's been a whole 72 hours. Whatever.
I listened to it yesterday.
At least 24. I thought it came out Thursday.
I don't remember.
Regardless.
When it came Thursday, what time?
Thursday night, I think.
I watched it Friday morning. I listened to the whole thing.
All right. So let's give it 24, 36 hours.
Yeah. Well, okay, but remember, we're in the future. We're 2 weeks away.
That's right.
Came 2 weeks ago.
What's up with your man Tucker? Are they going to dog him for doing it?
Of course they are. They have no choice.
Are they going to?
This is part of their propaganda machine.
Is it going to help the people see? Will this interview help people see, like, oh shit?
No, I don't think so. People are not woke. They don't even understand what they're saying.
Right, because in my opinion, most people will not hear the whole entire interview.
You're gonna have groups.
What they're gonna hear is, to cut you off, because I love to do that. What they're gonna hear is, they're gonna hear their favorite podcaster's perspective of it, and that's gonna
Tucker
be
Carlson has a podcast.
No, but they're gonna hear.
I was like, I want to subscribe.
They're gonna. They're gonna hear their person's. They're gonna hear the version of the person breaking the story.
They're gonna hear. They're gonna hear. They're not gonna listen to the interview and receive information
directly. They're not gonna watch the video like we did and make our own. Like,
no, they're gonna filter it through another person's mind.
They're gonna wait till somebody else, their favorite podcaster, their favorite YouTuber, their favorite influencer, their favorite news channel, their favorite broadcaster, their favorite journalist. They're gonna wait until that other person. This is my opinion. So that other person looks at the interview like we did. We went in and we watched a whole stupid thing. The guy couldn't sit still. Tucker looked like he was going to be beheaded. They're going to wait until their favorite person to filter out what the actual interview was about. That's what we are, and we keep doing that.
Yeah.
Which
I'm not 100% against.
You should be, because some of these people are claiming to be journalists.
Wait. Let me
journalists, when growing up, are individuals that are in the battleground, like ready to die because they're trying to get the true story out of what the.
Then I try to get a filter from the third guy.
Barbara Streisand was the first one.
Barbara Streisand is an actress. Barbara Walters.
Barbara Streisand is an actress. Yo, isn't Barbara Streisand the Thigh Master lady? That's another lady.
No, that's Susan Summers. How do I remember these things? The hell? I don't remember that.
I was thinking about Susan Summers because I want to get that machine for my thighs. Barbara Walters, thank you. Barbara Walters was one of the first people to do some crazy shit and interview somebody.
She interviewed
Fidel Castro, and people didn't dog her, right, for doing it.
No, she's a journalist, bro.
She's a journalist.
She's a journalist.
Tucker Carlson, in my opinion, actually did some journalism. Right? Everyone else is just plain telephone.
Yep.
Their own version of telephone.
What he did was what all journalists should be trying to do. But what's going to happen is guaranteed. Two things are going to happen. First of all, they're gonna hate what he did, right? The left is gonna look at him and it's like, we're gonna hate what you did. We're gonna disavow it. It's bad what you did. You're spreading propaganda. But then there's gonna be another group of people that's gonna hear Putin. The group that doesn't believe our government, that hates our government, is gonna look at Putin like he's being real. He's being honest. And he's telling everything that's right.
The people that hate our government are going to look at Putin and say,
he's correct. What he's saying is gospel, basically. Because our government lies to us. Remember, there's a conspiracy. Don't believe anything the government says.
So the people that don't believe in the government are going to believe him. 100%. The people that believe in Biden are going to believe...
No, the people that are Democrats are going to look at Tucker Carlson and they're going to be like, he's allowing propaganda to populate within the United States. He's a vehicle to bring propaganda from Russia to us, to invade minds. That's what they're going to look at Tucker Carlson. So they're probably going to hate him. They're going to do something. I don't know what they're going to do.
Republicans love him.
Yeah, Republicans love him. Yeah, of course. Now, I'm not sure how the Republicans are going to take this, depending on... Because remember, I mean, this is at least my opinion, there's more than one type of Republican. We got at least 3 parties within the Republican
Party. No, but let's keep it simple. Just keep it red and blue.
Yeah,
Democrats are going to hate him.
Democrats are going to hate him. Republicans are going to love Tucker Carlson. Carlson.
Wow, come on.
The Republicans are going to love him. What are they going to do with Putin? It depends on what conspiracies they believe in. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It depends on what kind of Republican you're talking about. Democrats don't matter.
Will America look at this war as more important, less important, neutral?
Well, the Democrats want the war.
I'm talking about America, the whole United States of America,
I mean,
right? United we
United States
stand.
kind of torn.
Yeah, united we stand. Let's just pretend that we're united. In general, overall, if there was a poll done after the interview,
No, they're gonna say we don't want war because we're poor. We got migrants coming in. Our economy's not doing.
That's
so
the
well.
narrative right now.
That's it right now.
Get out.
Get out.
And after watching this interview,
Not only that, you seen the stuff that's going on.
and after watching this interview even more,
In the news, you see they give this much money to Russia. They give, to Ukraine. This much money to the migrants. This much money to. And meanwhile, we're like, bro, I'm working 50 hours a week.
again, that being the in the frontal lobe of Americans' minds after this interview, is that even more fortified? More like, yeah, or is it less? Are if you're saying the economy is one of the biggest things that Americans are thinking about, does this interview, are there Americans that are supporting the war in Ukraine more or less after this interview because of the economy and the way it is?
To make them one is not, because the Democrats are going to want this war because they're fighting for
I'm not
good.
talking about Democrats. You see, you keep going. I'm talking about America.
Yeah, but there is no America. There's two
America
Americas.
had a poll about this war.
You listen to you listen to the review. America's
I
like
know
two
that,
brains.
but I'm not asking
There's
that.
two halves of one brain.
You keep doing, and they said that in the.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But again,
There is no one
and that's
decision.
beautiful. But America, the whole country,
On this topic, there is no one idea.
in this country, is this country for the Ukraine war more or less after this interview?
There's no answer to that. There's none. You can't. Because there's two halves.
I think if I'll answer the question because you're obviously scared, you're a pussy. I think that because everyone's focused about the economy, when they see topics like the border,
Yeah.
fuck the border, where's our money? We need to take care of America first.
But you don't think Democrats we have to help people?
I'm just telling you what I think.
He's gonna take over
I
all these
think
countries
that
if you let him live.
America, after watching this interview, their opinion of the war has been, and because of this interview, sort of even confirms it further, that they don't care about this war.
They shouldn't. This has nothing to do with us.
This is not a threat. This
But
is
again,
not a.
that's not what's gonna happen.
Not saying,
The Americans are gonna. There's gonna be a sect of Americans, half the population even, that's gonna look at this war and say we have to help the people that are doing worse than us. We have the ability to do it. We have to do it.
oh yeah, those people.
Those people, the ones that opened the border,
Yeah.
regardless of how bad the cities that are doing the worst because of the migrants
Who did this-
are the people that are voting for the border to stay open. Think about that.
In your opinion, and we'll cut it off here, and ask you, lovely non-watchers, did this interview hurt America, or did it help America? Did it help the average American? Did it help or hurt America, this interview? Should America be more scared, less scared? Those are the two questions.
I think.
Should we be worried about war? Should we less be worried about war? Does this interview change the perspective of the war in
this is
Ukraine?
my opinion.
Dale, nena.
All right. This is good for America because more information is always better than less information.
Okay.
Okay, so it's good for America. The only thing I'm concerned about is that you have people from all different walks of life that don't know how to understand what they're watching, and I think it has to do with you said they're waiting for somebody to filter this and give them the information that they need. They don't want to get it themselves. So those people don't know how to dissect what they're reading or listening to. What they're waiting for is somebody to do it for them and hand it to them. This is what you should believe from this interview.
Yeah, that interview that you saw, this is what it was about.
Exactly.
Here, eat that.
And I think that's the problem that America has as a people. Nobody goes to the first source. And to the point is that when the first source is like, I'm going to go to the president and talk to him, so you get the words yourself, people are like, no, that's bad. Don't do that. We got to get it filtered first. We can't hear his words. So I think that's, again, personally, I think it's good. We should get as much information as we can.
Right.
From closest to the source as we can.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think the biggest takeaway was, and I've been trying to word this, how we get information and how we're sharing information. It's just this horrible game of telephone where even yesterday, I'm guilty of this too. Yesterday, I was going to be like, why don't you just tell me what the interview was about? When I saw how long it was, I was like, I don't want to spend 2 hours listening to this. I trust Noel. His opinion about the interview is gonna be solid,
accurate.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny? I avoided watching other people's talking about the interview because I wanted to do this first.
Time out. So I'm glad you mentioned that because there was a point that I want to bring up. When Tucker Carlson breaks down the interview, it affected the way I view the rest of it. Yeah.
He's like, he's a fag. He's going to give a history lesson for half an hour. And then...
So just that little part affected my going in. So imagine if I started watching or listening to other people's point of view of the interview.
So now that we spoke here, I feel free enough to be like, all right, now let me see what Turning Point says about it.
Now, yeah.
Or what's the PBD? PBMG?
Nobody can get the acronym right.
PBJ.
Patrick
Ben David, PBD. I want to hear what he has to say about it.
Yeah.
Now I'm interested.
Because you formed your own opinion of the actual footage, you're going to PBD podcast and hearing what his perspective already have formed yours.
And now if I hear his perspective is different than mine's, my brain is going to be like, why does he think that? Let me go back and listen to this interview. You know, to see if maybe
I'm seeing something.
Maybe he caught something I didn't catch. Let me go back and double check. You know, that's what I mean.
It's so hard though to.
I heard what I heard, so I don't think it's gonna.
It's so hard though for someone, I think, to do that, right? Because you get set in your ways. If I'm used to listening to Ben Carson, to Ricky Lake, or whatever.
Ricky Lake.
It's my favorite.
This guy's crazy.
If I'm used to hearing the opinions or the interpretations of events through my favorite influencers or media people, it's hard to step out of that shell and look at the interview first and then hear what my people have to say. Isn't it? Should journalists be held at a higher standard because of the differences in social media?
But this is the thing. When they say higher standards, I always want to know, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, what do I mean about that?
Because sometimes what they mean is, well, if they want higher standards, meaning you shouldn't interview people. You should have higher standards than that. My higher standards is no.
You should everybody.
You should interview everybody, and you should be neutral about it. That's what you should be. Because if you only have one opportunity, let's say you only got one opportunity to interview Putin, I don't want to just hit him with my ideology, even though I do have one. But I don't want to hit him over and over again because it's going to ruin the conversations that I could have had if I didn't do that.
Yeah.
But if I'm neutral, then that information can go to everybody, not just my ideology, people that can hear it.
Does Tucker Carlson have an agenda aside? Is he the closest thing to what we would consider a good journalist?
I mean, his agenda is his pockets. Because we know how much money he's getting from this interview. Okay? Even if he gave the interview away for free, it's going to bring traffic to his stuff, his other stuff. So he must see his numbers jumping all over the place right now. You know, so in his eyes, he's like, I gotta do this.
Yeah, I hear that, but that's like me. I gotta go to work and I gotta pay my bills. It's a capitalist system. That doesn't change. But what I'm saying is that, despite that, because everybody wakes up in the morning and goes to work because they need to get paid, and they're always trying to get paid more. Right? You're trying to make more than you made yesterday. Boom. So that's a poor argument. What I'm asking you is he we would consider a good journalist?
I believe so. I believe he asked fair questions. You know, he didn't ask any questions that felt like he had an agenda.
He was supporting a side.
It felt like he was asking questions that I want to know, like about the Nord Stream pipeline. I don't know if you got to that part yet.
Yeah,
I believe that was a question that's a valid question. You should ask that question. You know, and regardless of what kind of journalist you are, you need to ask that question, regardless of your ideology. It's an important question to find out. If he didn't ask hard-hitting questions, then to me, he's not really a hardcore journalist. He's just trying to get money. But he's actually asking questions. And that feels like, okay, he has some kind of standards.
You were going to get my money anyways, and thanks for being sincere about what your questions were and your intent behind it.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he did a solid job.
So would he post something that would he? So does he give you the vibe of a type of dude that would post something that goes against what he normally believes?
I don't think so. I think he believes what he believes. Remember, he wasn't always like this. I don't know if you know. He used to be Democrat. You know what I'm saying? So in his eyes, he's like, you guys went crazy, not me. He's solid on his belief from the beginning.
I'll give you an example. Like 50 Cent, right? He's supporting Trump now.
He did? That's interesting.
I believe so, yeah. You know what I mean? Where, you know, if Tucker Carlson had a side, right? Let's say he's blue, all the way blue, 100% blue. And he sees a story that hurts his blueness and his party. Would he hesitate to post it? Or is he a journalist that's like, I don't care, people need to hear this regardless, even if it's against what I believe and what I stand for and my party and my political views?
I think that's hard because we all have what's the word I'm looking for? We look at information with a certain perspective. So like, let's say something goes against what I say, what I believe. They don't want to be like, even though I don't believe, I want the world to see this, because as soon as they see it, they don't believe it. They're like, this is fake, or this is not right.
Right, but again, he's a journalist, so he actually just uncovered like something that's real, and I know that it's gonna destroy my base. This thing that, you know, people know I support. I'm on this side, and I'm stating that I'm neutral. Here's this crazy piece of information that I just found. To me, he rubs off like the guy that's like, I don't know. Especially now because of where journalism is.
Well, let's think. He's a pro-Trump guy, right? Or at least he's as pro-Trump as you could get without having Trump on
flat out
saying
it. Yeah, set flat out.
Now the question is, has he reported about things that Trump did that was wrong? If he has, then he has integrity.
If he hasn't,
he's
everyone
then it's
else.
Questionable. Yeah.
What do you guys think?
It could just be, I have so many other things to talk about. What he did is unimportant to me. This guy, this president that we have now can't even think.
Did the interview, in your opinion, hurt or help any particular candidate?
I don't think so. I think it was just, I don't think it had nothing to do with the presidential candidates, because I didn't hear anything pro or against either one of them. It's just interview about Putin.
I think it helped Trump a little bit, because there was a point where, quote me on this, there was a point where he was like, I had a good relationship with Bush.
Well, he had mentioned Trump one time.
And then also Trump.
But not Biden.
Yeah,
but that's kind of expected. Because Biden's supporting this war. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of expected.
That he wouldn't mention him.
Yeah, because he knows this guy's funding this freaking... He's killing my people, basically. He's funding the death of all my people.
And that part came up after the whole clip that we shown was where he was saying Condoleezza Rice and Gates, that they call the shots and the president doesn't. And then he was saying how, but don't fall asleep on Bush. Bush knew what was going on. Bush knew exactly what was going on. He has a head on his shoulders. He was involved.
Remember, his dad was a president
Trump,
too, so he knew.
And Bush's dad too. And Trump. But he didn't mention Biden. He didn't mention
also,
Obama.
Another thing is Trump was a businessman. So he knows how it's run. He knows my middle management really runs the company.
Right, but again, he in one way he was saying that it's not really the president that's running it, it's the people under them. But these particular presidents, Bush's, Trump, they were involved.
Yeah.
We had conversations. They were aware, even though the deep state was running your shit.
And Barack Obama said something too.
He didn't mention Barack.
I'm gonna show you right now.
Ooh, so he did.
No. It's oh crap. Oh man, you know what? Damn, I put in the free. I don't have logged into thing over here for some reason.
Do you see what I'm saying? He didn't mention Obama. He didn't mention Biden. He just mentioned specifically Trump and Bush, that they were at least involved and aware of what was going on, where the other ones weren't.
But there's a video of Obama, And Obama wants to get something done. And he wants to work with Russia. But he's like, I can't do that right now because I have an election. After the election, come talk to me. So Obama knows what's up, right? So like if you go, I just sent it to the messenger. It should be a short clip. It should be a couple seconds long even.
So Obama...
Oh, snap. Hold on. I sent the wrong one.
Fail. Let's see what you said. What?
This is supposed to be for later for you. That's the one I went to send.
Oh my
Now this is him talking.
My life to basically. Yeah, and after my election, I have more flexibility. Yeah, and this, I transmit this information to Vladimir and my standard.
That's called a hot mic. That means that they forgot to turn the microphones off and it got recorded.
And what he said was, after my election,
I have more flexibility. And the guy says, I understand. I'm going to transfer that information. I'm going to pass on that information.
Basically, yeah, and after my election, I have more flexibility. Yeah, and this, I transmit this information to Vladimir and my standard.
See?
I'll transmit this information. I understand.
Yeah. See? So he knows. He knows how the game is played.
He was a young Obama then. Look.
Yeah. That's before his second election.
Second?
He was elected. He's a president now. He has to run again. So he tells him after my election.
I got you.
I got you, bro.
Hold on, though. Oh, the beauty.
It's a dirty game.
And look at the word right in the middle of the thing.
But you see,
Nuclear Security
Yeah.
Summit.
So he knows how to play the game.
Politician.
That's what I'm saying. Biden doesn't know what he's doing. Biden's being run by the deep state. Other people are running the country. What do you think? Comment down below.
The basement.
Peace.
Jesus Christ, nigga.
Yo, what up, everybody? If you like what you saw, please click on some of the video links on the side. And please support our channel by liking, subscribing, and leave a little comment. And maybe we'll respond back to you. And hopefully, you'll be a guest on our next episode.